Okay, hi, welcome to our call. Jamie's driving. I'm taking over for tonight while she's at the beach. I wanted to first start by reminding everybody that it sounds like it is a month and a half away to me. I don't know about you, but Pure Impact is September 7th, which I really did, Jamie, look at the calendar and I was like, that's so long away. It is like 2 weeks. I mean, it's like 2 weeks from this next weekend. So if you haven't registered yet, please register. I'm driving north. Jamie, am I picking you up? Am I picking you up?
If you want.
Come on, this road trip. Anybody else want to join us? It's going to be a great time. Such good speakers. Dina is going to speak. She has 4 minutes of fame, so we can support her. But not only that, we're going to get great training and a really awesome way to boost your fall. Also, the I Want It All pack is going to be out by then, and we'll hear, see, smell more about that while we're there. So it is a great choice for your business, something great to invest in. Jamie, like 2 weeks ago, I gave a little bit of a training on time management, and I talked a lot about goals and numbers and, managing your time, meeting those goals. And I really wanted to take this moment to share something that I feel like I really neglected and I feel badly about. So I talked about, how to meet your goals and how to get, your numbers all set and really achieve that high number you're looking for, visualizing your goal. But I think one thing that I left out, which is, oh, hi, Wendy. Just like Vegas. One thing that I left out from that training that I think is really important to emphasize is the fact that we know in our hearts that Arbonne's ingredients and Arbonne's products are the top of the line and are the best of the best. They're unmatchable. So because we know that, we know these products can help people, and that needs to be what drives our goals, not the numbers to be the numbers. So I think that's really important to remember because it all takes it back to helping people and what these awesome products can do better than what they're using or just what they can do for them. So I felt badly leaving that out and wanted to just put that out there. Wendy, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, my computer's kind of acting up, but I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Cool.
Okay. So then next, I was going to, Connolly, we are all kind of getting a chance to share our whys. So it's really important, as I think it was, who was it? Debbie Neal? Was it Debbie Neal that says, talked about like moving people with your whys? Managers deliver and leaders move. So I'm going to share my why. And it's not to say that I share this exact why every time. I think like you all, we customize our whys to whoever we're talking to. But this is my why, and I try to make it moving. So always feel free to critique. And reworking your why is a great thing to do while waiting for a doctor's appointment, but just, anything, any spare time you have. But I think it's really important and impactful, something that could change the course of your business. So here's my why. So I've always been a big dreamer and really determined in my life. When I was a little girl, I dreamed about being a teacher. I would teach my stuffed animals. I would, my friends and I would play school, and I really dreamed about influencing kids for the better. To be totally transparent, I grew up in a household that was abusive a lot of the times, and I think therapeutically, I always wanted to make a huge impact on kids. So throughout my whole high school, college career, that's what I knew I was going to do. And I accomplished that. I was an elementary school teacher. I became a college professor, and I did it at the same time. And I was living my dream. I was asking for the behavior problems. I was hoping that all the special ed kids would be in my class. We would be like workshop model all the time. It was super fun. And I couldn't have been more fulfilled. But when I really stopped to think about it, with both jobs, I was working 70 to 80 hours. It was completely mentally draining, physically draining. There was absolutely no self-care, no freedom for time for myself, for my family, and it was really killing me. Luke and I had tried to start a family, and we were really unsuccessful. And I just had this feeling deep down that it was because of me living my dream. It was because I was teaching and just giving my 100%, and there was no time for myself. So I, with those fertility issues, I quit everything, and I really split-second decision, found a 9-to-5 job that I loved at my grandparents' retirement community, still helping people, but in a totally different way. And I kind of started a different path. And my goal was to accomplish my second dream, which is to be a mom. With a couple miscarriages, my dream came true. Gabriel was born, and I could not have been happier. And I was working full time, but it was a 9-to-5. It was very doable. But I still really wanted to just be with him all the time. I think with all the struggles I had in fertility, I just wanted to be that mom 24/7. And that's not right for everybody, but for me, with where I was with that struggle for so long. So I then had Emma, which was another dream come true, boy and a girl. It's just everything I've always wanted. And then I thought, working full time with two, this cannot be my life. I want these kids to have a mom. I want them to have a healthy family compared to kind of what I had growing up. So I actually saw a friend on Facebook who I thought was a teacher at the time. She was a school counselor, and I at like 11 o'clock during the morning, she would be posting, out to lunch with her mom, and 2 o'clock she'd be on a play date with a friend and her little baby girl. And I thought, what is she doing? That she was teaching. I kind of want to mull this over with her because I really want to stay home with my kids and fulfill that dream. And so I met with her, and she told me she was doing Arbonne. And I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never heard of Arbonne. And at first I did think it was Arbonne, just saying. But we talked about it, and she told me about the ingredients policy. She told me how only 14 ingredients were banned in the US, and I grew up in Europe and thought 1,400 were banned in Europe, and now I'm in this country that's just irresponsible with it. And so I knew when she told me about Arbonne, it was exactly what I was looking for. I had been to Whole Foods. I had spent the money on the eye cream. I had spent the money on the makeup, and everything was just fine. It really was not that good. So nothing I could fall in love with. And I thought, if what she's saying is true, I am so in. I'm not just in to buy. I am in. I want this to be my life. And I tried it, and my husband noticed after 2 weeks that something was different with my skin. He said I look brighter, which is always a good thing for a guy to notice, right? And I just jumped right in without any hesitations. Now, I know some hesitations I hear that people have are that they don't have enough time for this. So I always like to tell them, first of all, no one starts Arbonne and just starts Arbonne. So many people that start Arbonne are working full time. This is something they do on the side. They're building this business while they're living their life. So that's what I say to that hesitation. And then to those people that have this hesitation, like, I don't know enough people, I would challenge them to just look at the people they come in contact with every day. Look at their networks. Do they go to church? Do they have a play date with a friend? Do they, study with somebody because they're getting their master's? There are so many little niche networks that you can uncover. So I haven't found that those hesitations have really come to fruition. So my choice of doing Arbonne really has helped me build my new dream. I had been a teacher. I am a mom. And now what's my dream? So my dream is this week, this Thursday, my driveway is getting paved, all because of Arbonne, my money. My kids, we live in Richmond City. My kids will be going to private school when they get school age because of Arbonne. My time, my freedom to do what I want with my time and work this business, but also be a mom full time, is going to happen. I'm here. I'm going to be here. And that is irreplaceable. I want to replace my teaching salary. It's going to happen. So that is something that I could not have done. I could not have been here full time for these kids and had a full time salary while doing this. So this dream of Arbonne is a reality. So I'm looking for people to join me. They don't have to have the same dream, but I love to go on this ride with people. So that's my why.
That was so good.
That was great.
Thanks. You know, I could be more moving, but I tried to make it impactful somehow, that people could relate.
I think it was so relatable. I seriously feel like you talk about like where your life was, and you talk about, you know, positives and negatives you weave in growing up, and weave in that you accomplished something that you always wanted, yet something was still missing. And it didn't mean that like what you were doing was wrong. It just meant that like you were still searching for something.
Yeah.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
Hey.
I fixed it.
Hey.
Yeah, I thought your why was great. I thought it was very impactful, and you told them that where you were going, what your goals were, you'd accomplished that. So now what's next? Well, I thought that very good.
Okay, yay, thank you. Well, I know next week somebody else is going to share why. It might be Lauren. But all of our whys could always use refinishing and perfecting, but it also depends on who you're talking to. I mean, I don't give that entire why every time. It just depends on who I'm talking to, and I might modify it. So tonight's training is really just a nuts and bolts training. We are August 18th. It's a lot of time left, but at the same time, we're on the downward slope to September, which is crazy. And that also means school is ramping up, which might give us all more time, but it also might be a crunch to that time in September. So I just have some nuts and bolts. First, I want to encourage everybody, if they haven't done a reworking of their 100-person list, that means really rewriting it. I mean, going for it with your new network. You add and take out people all the time, really reworking it. And I would encourage you to do that 30 and 30, because it makes you braver. It makes you not be tied to the outcome at all. And that's something that is really important. I myself am still working on follow-ups from that, but I have not gotten to 15 follow-ups from that yet. I'm probably at about 7. So all of those non-responses, to me, that's not a no yet. That's just I've done my number 1 sprinkle, and maybe my next Facebook post about hydration is going to be my number 2 sprinkle for somebody who hasn't responded and has clearly seen it. So there's lots of ways to sprinkle. It doesn't mean that those non-responses are no's. It just means not yet. And that takes me into my second point. Donna Johnson's Go for the Gold was go for the yes. She doesn't really believe in the go for the no philosophy, because she kind of thinks like, what's the point of that? I want to work towards a yes. So while we all want to work towards the no, because if we get a no, then that just means there's a yes on the horizon. She encourages us to work harder for the yes, acknowledging that it could take 8 times, 8 sprinkles. But why give up on somebody and say, well, they're a no? Now, that doesn't mean we need to be pushy. That just means this is sprinkle number 1. Hey, I'm here however I can help you. Here's sprinkle number 2. If we lead with the help and we lead with the what can I do to help you, then it's all from a good place.
Was that this weekend's call or last weekend?
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
And this next piece is a big piece that I struggle with, and I wanted to mention it because it's something that I have got to keep myself from dipping down in. So if I do this, I can't be alone. Someone else has got to feel this way. But don't let what happened yesterday affect your actions today.
Amen.
Oh my gosh. It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard. And I think it's important to acknowledge that that's hard. If you didn't get the reaction you wanted from somebody, the response you wanted, the follow-up or the follow-through with maybe a purchase, then I think it's innate that we just become a little more reserved. Oh, okay, I get it. All right, maybe I won't go live tomorrow then. Maybe I won't talk to this friend because that friend didn't really. It's just human nature, but it can really spiral your business down, and that's not what we want. So at all costs, acknowledge it every morning that what you do today is no reflection on what happened yesterday. That's why I encourage you to write your goals for the following day today, so that you wake up and you have everything set and you know this is what I have to do. No matter what happened yesterday, this is what's happening today.
I really like how you do that. Like, I've always like tried to do the whole morning of, but then I really like how you're intentional about at least starting it, if not finishing, but like starting your to-do list the night before so that it's intentional and like it's not rushed. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of mine are so rushed in the mornings that I forget things. And then like I'm on my drive to work and I'm like, oh, I should have written this, this, and this. And then like I get to work and I've already forgotten what I just thought of, instead of like the night before, start the process. And then the next morning, you've already given yourself time to reflect on like what it is you need to accomplish that day. So it's like you're being double proactive.
Yes, and the greatest gift you could give yourself is that morning drive of thinking about more ideas, because then Jamie can go to her following day and add it to her next day when she gets to school. And then Jamie, you've done half your work for the next day already. You know, if those morning drive ideas go down for tomorrow, then you're welcome to yourself.
Right.
Exactly.
And then I really, and this is going to take me 66 days at least, but hold yourself accountable. Make this like a gym workout. You know, we all know when we get back to going to the gym, it's like, I'm going to do 4 days a week, and you do 2. And you like excuse it away, and it's fine. Well, this is not fine. This is your business. You know, so this is like a gym workout. And I don't know about you, but when I have a gym workout that I'm putting off, I start dreading it, and I get like this really negative feeling about it. We can't let our minds go here. This is our business, and we're sharing what we love. This should not be a chore. This should not be difficult. And if we let our minds spiral this into like, oh, I have to do Arbonne. No, we get to do this. So mindset goes along with holding yourself accountable. Your mindset in kind of switching your brain into like, I have to do my workout today. I have to do my daily methods for success. This is like something we get to do, and just do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the workout you don't want to go, but after you get there, you're okay, and you feel so much better. So planning ahead and, you know, holding yourself accountable even when you don't want to do it.
Right.
Big thing to do.
So those are my thoughts. That's my training.
I love that.
And I think this is gonna like kick us off in 2 minutes, and I don't have the upgrade. So, any thoughts? Any thoughts for the week? Where's everybody going for the week? What are we gonna accomplish?
So I started using this sheet last week, really, and I haven't produced a lot of outcomes from it yet, but I've gotten into the routine of doing it the night before, and then, you know, I do, because I've tried doing it in the mornings the night before, and it's better if I do it the night before, because then I'll forget stuff. So just holding myself accountable and sticking to that, and then making August, a productive month for me, because I'm doing the 30-30 challenge. So
Yay.
Mhm.
Oh, that's great.
So
And Jamie, you're finishing your 30 and 30, right? So you and Wendy are kind of
Yep.
doing the same.
And I've been setting my goals of like doing the daily sheets, and like I said, like with your idea, I've been really, really bad about like pre-planning the sheets like you do, and like I see how successful you are with it. So like when I get home, I just barked, but I want to start my list the night before, so tomorrow when I wake up and I visit my list, it's now the second time I'm on it. And like when you said, when I think of things in the car and I add things on my way to work, like I'm already helping myself for the future. So instead of like feeling like I'm at square one, I'm already halfway there just because I've initiated the thought process, and the, just the motivation. It's like, once you get into activity of doing things every single day, that part is easy. It's the initiation of the activity that's the hardest, like the eating the frog.
Totally.
And then once you're in it, you just roll. Like you don't like send 10 asks and then all of a sudden get all nervous, like, ooh, I don't know if I should do this next thing. It's like you get nervous right before you do the first, and once you do the first, you just go.
Right.
So I want to do those at night. I think that would be so much better, because when I listen to my Learn and Burns or my calls on my way to work, so those all, like if I've started the night before, I've re-looked at it that morning, and now I'm in the car listening to something and something inspires me, I'm 3 steps ahead of where I was already like at in the past.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
yeah, that's great.
Okay, well, it sounds like this is going to be a good week to make our August flourish in the, what is it, 13 days? 13 days, 12 days left. We can do this. We got this. And it is like committing to a gym workout for the rest of August. And then we're going to make September a breeze, because we will already be in this awesome habit together. And the best is we're not alone. We're together.
That's right.
Vegas buddies forever.
Woohoo!
Woo! Okay, well, everybody have a great night, and check in on the leadership box with how we're doing on everything, please.
Okay, good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.